Imagine this. There are two countries. One is overflowing with underground wealth, oil, gold, natural gas. The other is a small island nation with almost nothing beneath its soil. Which one would you expect to be richer after 50 years? Most of us would answer, of course, the country with natural resources. But history and economics tell us a very different story. Today, countries like Venezuela, Nigeria, and Angola possess hundreds of billions of dollars in oil and gas. Yet their people are trapped in hunger, corruption, and instability. On the other hand, countries like Switzerland, Japan, and South Korea have almost no oil, yet their quality of life, prosperity, and stability are far above the world average. Have you ever wondered why? How can nations rich in resources become poor, while those with almost nothing thrive? This is one of the most surprising paradoxes in economic development, the resource curse. The more underground wealth a country has, the more economic and political problems it often faces. It sounds illogical, doesn't it? But history has proven this again and again. Take Venezuela, for example. It has one of the largest oil reserves on Earth, yet today it struggles with inflation, hunger, and mass migration. For much of the 20th century, oil kept Venezuela alive. That the economy became so dependent on oil, other sectors couldn't grow. Agriculture, industry, and technology were neglected. Meanwhile, oil wealth fueled corruption and authoritarianism. At first glance, natural resources seem like a huge opportunity, but over time, four key mechanisms can turn them into a curse. 1. Dutch disease. It emerged in the 1960s after the Netherlands discovered natural gas in the North Sea. 2. Rentier economy. Revenue from natural resources is called rent. It's not earned through productivity, but luck. This weakens incentives for innovation, industry, and hard work. 3. Corruption and kleptocracy. In non-transparent regimes, resource wealth flows into the pockets of elites. Political power and economic wealth merge. The state stops serving the people and starts serving the powerful. 4. Conflict and instability. Oil, diamonds, gold. These high-value resources fuel power struggles. Civil wars, coups, and rebellions become common in resource-rich regions. But here's the twist. The resource curse doesn't strike everywhere. Take Norway, for example. They discovered oil in 1969. Yet today, it's one of the world's most stable, transparent, and wealthy countries. So, how did Norway avoid the curse? Here's the answer. Oil revenue was funneled directly into a public wealth fund. Transparency laws prevented corruption. Education, innovation, and infrastructure were prioritized. The economy was built not on oil, but on human capital. And Norway isn't alone. Countries like Canada, Australia, and Iceland also escaped the curse by managing their resources wisely. Being rich isn't about having resources. Staying rich depends on wise policies, strong institutions, and connecting the people to the state. Natural resources can be a great opportunity, but only when managed with transparency, justice, and vision. Otherwise, they're just a temporary dream. And when the dream ends, all that's left is a poorer society. Where there is oil, there isn't always wealth, because real wealth isn't underground, it's in the minds and systems of the people.